Hello, and welcome to me doing something slightly different, but then lots of things are different here, aren't they? This is a few years ago, I went through some of the Reader's Digest magazines, as you can look at some of those, some of them were just done audio, whatever. But there were ads for cars and stuff like that. And I've always wanted to do like a compile of the various makes or brands or whatever you want to call it of the cars, but I was really lazy and never bothered. So I thought, no, I better stop being lazy and bother. So I thought, well, what I'll do is that, yes, what should I do as the first one? Well, I tossed a coin and yeah, the Fiat Bambino one. I don't know if there's any ads for that actually. um, but anyway, the one that I thought, nah, stuff it, I'll do first is the Holden, because I actually did own an HB Tirana as is advertised in here. So, and it's the same colour as what's advertised as well. she, he admits. All right, well, hopefully you enjoy the vroom vrooms, and here it is. Okay, well, what better way to start with right out ahead? And this is from September 1962. Oh, and it gives us the prices too. We've got the standard for £885. Gosh, this probably would have been quite expensive. I don't know. That Premier sedan at £1,195. Gosh. Ooh, we have the italic font with leather upholstery. Wow. That's the luxury model. Everything else is grim. So a lot of this really would have been state of the art back then. But one of the other things it presented to us was the spark plugs that you can use. There you go. Might be handy for someone. Now, in 1967, there was a series of ads. Unfortunately, though, with the Reader's Digest, with them covering 2 pages, it kind of looks really bad, and I can't do anything about that, so I'm sorry about that, with the obvious middle section of the page. Gosh, I love the clothes. And yeah, like everyone goes to feed seagulls in their lovely pink jacket and trousers. Well, he's got the right colour for the seagulls. At least the windows are wound up. It's just ironic that one of the seagulls is perfectly framed by the box on the other side of the page. And at least this Monaro one is a little bit better with the way I was able to fold it out. And here they are, parked beside a riverbank, looking draped in her bedspread, actually. Must have been that cold. Here, darling, have your bedspread. They're looking at it like it's some kind of movie or something. Oh, honey, I don't believe what I'm looking at. Neither do I. I'm in the car. And the last in the lot is, unfortunately, once again, I wasn't able to get a really good thing of that. Is this trying to have the colour of the car match the flooring or something? You, black and white, that would look dreadful. Oh, then yeah, maybe that was the idea. I don't know. Let's see what it looks like in black and white. Yeah, okay. That just makes it look like it's had a really bad paint job up the front there. Back to colour, I think. This is from March 1967. What makes me laugh about this is that the woman looks like she could have been played by Jane Turner. It's like, oh, who should we get to play some drunk-looking posh woman? Oh, let's get Jane Turner. And he looks like he's struggling to keep her on her feet. But that was her premier year. Oh, so he must be the man to see is your Holden dealer. So she's seen him and been entertained by him. Yes, nothing better than being entertained by your dealer. And this is another in the run of ads for the premiere. Oh my goodness me. That flying saucer hat of hers. Maybe that's what happened when they decided to get married. Perhaps. And this is from March 1968. Oh, isn't that cute? Giving you a bit of a smooch on the forehead. Whoever owned this spilled coffee in the middle. And apparently, it's got a V6 performance story that reads like a thriller. It's just a thriller! Thriller! That's about the best I can do under the circumstances. And from May 1968, this is really a random one, I must admit. But at least we get to see the interior of this one. It's the soft life. Yeah, that feels like. Now, I suppose it does look like they've imported a lounge into the front seat there. Good grief, it looks like they've roped in an Audrey Hepburn lookalike for that one. And this one's from June 1968. Good grief, what on earth have they got going on there? They've made it look like one of those kind of kiddie rides you see in shopping centres. It's terrible. Oh, love the wording of brawny power pack. That just looks really weird. I guess that's for the new. I wonder where that kid is now. So where is that child from that dreadful ad from 1968? And we've got some young ideas for sale. This is July 1968. Young ideas for sale. Like a car you can make as personal as your own signature. Well, I'd hate to know what many of the doctor's cars would look like then. They'd be pre-crash vehicles, wouldn't they? So it'd be like, oh, which you'd look in the car yard and it would be like, oh, which ones are the doctor's cars? Oh, over there in the corner, looking like they've already had a preen. Oh. And another one from 1968 is, well, Series 70 HB Tirana. I had one of those. Though I didn't drive it on that angle, though. Yeah, I'm not good on two wheels. October 1968, we've got, yeah, she's clearly been doing her aerobics to get this one happening. Oh, good grief, you'd never get wording like this now. Monaro was built for the first Australian car designed and built to let a man be what he is. Well, who says a man has to be? Well, I suppose it doesn't say what kind of man, does it? Ooh, it has the performance to eat long distances in short times. Well, that would make you feel like a man, wouldn't it? Okay, should I go on to the next one? Before I crap on about the 5 gearboxes, etc., etc. But from 1960, well, this is for the 1969 Tirana from October 1968. Now, this actually is this was the colour and everything from what I had, and 4-door yada yada. Oh, look, it's Sherlock Holmes and his Mrs. Love the logo there for the fun of it. Looks like it's sort of half Rolling Stones logo, half for the fun of it. November 1968, we've got the Brougham philosophy. The magnificent new Brougham will take but minutes to convince you. Okay. So if it didn't take minutes, were they gotten for false advertising? I can just imagine it now. But then again, it is without peer, so... And from March 1970, some cars shout for attention. Brougham whispers prestige. Oh, okay. So when you get in it, the first thing you hear is prestige. It'd be a bit creepy, I think. But the idea was that it was to be a car for the Ooh La La set. November 1970 brings us the V8 Premier that can drive in wet weather and has brilliant lights. The uncanny smoothness sounds intriguing too. God, makes it sound like some kind of hand cream or something. You could have a sort of drinking game as to how many times it mentions power. You've got power to call on power with power and safety and power this and yeah. I suppose there is a bit of teal there somewhere. And this is from February 1973. So you've learned enough to like your comfort, driven enough to want a car that performs. God, he looks like he wants to burst into tears. So I'm kind of assuming that those photos are like a euphemism for him learning to enough to like his comfort. And on the right, we see that he's driven enough to want his car to perform. Yeah, that's what happens when you're giggling in a field. They love the term of controls being crisp and easy. Makes it sound like a packet of chips, doesn't it? Yeah, I don't think I'd like the idea of changing gears. Not exactly the sound you want to hear, is it? And this is from May 73, and we've got a lurid green Kingswood. Yeah, I think that's probably more the discoloration of the mag than the colour of the car. I'm assuming. Maybe I should talk to my Holden dealer and find out if that's right. What are they trying to say there? That the train would go faster? I think a lot of people would get taken by the do it in style though. We'll take it anywhere and do it in style. But this one, you've got the Monaro, which is, yeah, it's personal, but he can share. So the photo on the right shows just how personal he feels that it is. And the photo on the left, he's kind of like, oh, it's not personal anymore. I've met this Sheila. So we can get personal in another sense, maybe? Well, they do tell us it's a pleasure to share. Now, this is just a random ad that I found from a Woman's Weekly, actually. So you've got the range of the day there. I don't know why I always remember, with the Barina, I always remember that, beep beep Barina. Sort of really corny ad about beep beep Barina. Because of course you'll get all the new releases, you're getting the very latest in styling. That's when they had Australia's driving future as their catchphrase. Oh, I'm gonna go back to me now. Get dizzy on the fumes. Alright, back to me. There you go. I hope you enjoyed that. And I didn't say it in the intro, but there's a little shell bear. I forgot where I got it from, probably an op shop, but I thought, well, I'm doing a thing about cars, so I may as well put a little bear up there that sort of has something to do with it anyway. Alrighty, hopefully you enjoyed that, and if you did, I'm going to sort of go through each thingo like I said in the intro, so you never know, yours might be coming up next. Or is that a promise or a threat? I just guess it depends on which side of the fence you're on. Alrighty, thank you very much for watching, and please do the likes and subscribe and the bells and the whistles, and I nearly forgot that, but there we go. And hopefully I shall see you in the next one. Please take care now, especially in this day and age. Ciao.